Hey, G.
Yep.
Hey, I'm live right now. I have one question.
Go ahead.
All right. So, in the world's eye, meaning around the world, who's the biggest Crip after Snoop Dogg to the world that everybody would know?
That's a great question. Who is the biggest Crip that the world would know?
After Snoop Dogg. So here was some of the names that came up: Nipsey Hussle, Blueface, Big U, Eazy-E, G Malone, AD. Who else did y'all say? Chat? Blueface. Did I say Blueface already?
Yeah, you said Blueface.
And then somebody said Deshaun Jackson, D-Jack. I said the world don't look at D-Jack like a Crip. They look at him like a football star. They don't really. Ice-T, and they say Ice-T.
You know who might be popular, who might be behind Snoop, and we not thinking about Tookie and Cody.
I told him Tookie Williams, but I said, do you think the world knows Tookie? Meaning this, like in Germany, in Africa, and like, do they know these names if it came up?
That's what I'm kind of. So it's like kids, it's like young people who know through music, and then somebody like Monster Cody who wrote that book that was like a bestseller, or Tookie, because Tookie shit was all over the news. I don't know. Nip is up there for sure. Nip could easily be number 2. He done got really popular and crazy
beyond Eazy-E.
Yeah. Because like when Nip passed away, it really, man, it went somewhere like that. You know, knowing him in real life, like it went somewhere else. Like it really became a different tale. It almost became like the Crip Jesus or something. Like it just changed.
It became a phenomenon. Like that shit.
Yeah, that shit was just out of there.
It was like 10 times bigger than when he was alive, you know? Like it was
100 times bigger, dog. Like that motherfucker, the funeral, like was a staple. They were selling tickets to his funeral.
They got Beyonce, Jay-Z, all these motherfuckers at the
funeral,
riding through the city, shutting the city down.
Yeah.
When was the last time that's been done in LA, bro? Like where they shut the city down to ride through the city with a nigga and do it at the Staples Center. Like
I never saw it before.
Never, not for no Crip. Not for no Crip.
I mean, I don't even know if I saw it for anybody except Michael Jackson. I think Michael Jackson was kind of somewhat like that, but it wasn't like that. It was different.
Damn.
That shit was different. You know what I mean? Like when the homie was breathing, it was just like he instantly got 1,000 times bigger. Almost like people felt like they could finally fuck with him. You know what I mean? Like they couldn't fuck with him at first because he was a Crip or something. But I don't know what happened, but it became like Nip mania. People be talking to me about Nip. Yeah, people be talking to me about Nip, and I'm like you would never think like we know, like none of us know him, or like we know each other because the way they talk about him. I told somebody one day, it's like when Jesus passed away. Imagine if you knew Jesus and y'all was just chilling, and then you was able to see what happened after he died. You like, damn.
Like, what the fuck? This is how y'all look at it, bro? Like, we would have never known. We would have never known until he died.
Only if y'all had looked at him like that, and when he was breathing air, it'd have been way better. You know what I mean? It'd have been dope.
Like, imagine if he was able to sell out the Staples Center for a show. Y'all wait till he died to sell out the Staples Center. That's crazy.
Bruh. Like that, man, what? He would have lost his mind if he stole out the state. You couldn't have told that crazy nigga nothing.
That's crazy.
So it's just, I want to say Nip, but I really think, I know Tookie shit was all over the news, and it may not be a next generational thing. Tookie and Cody probably is kind of close in the running, you know what I mean? But like, it probably is Nip.
Yeah, I think I was saying I think Nips. It would probably be along the lines of Nipsey or Eazy-E, just because Eazy-E on like
Eazy is already
Halloween. Everybody and their mama still dresses like Eazy-E
right now.
Day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He's a synonymous look for when people think of Los Angeles street life,
especially Compton. You know, because that Compton hat,
exactly.
That Compton hat, like
them lokes,
the lokes, the gloves,
yeah, the jacket, yeah,
all that shit.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, it would have to be
I'm
runner up. Yeah, it would have to be Nipsey and Eazy-E runner up for sure in my eyes. But then, you know, I'm like,
Blueface is
Blueface
really popular too. Yeah, Blueface, that motherfucker Blueface.
Popular. Yeah, Blueface. And I feel like if Crip Mac, if he got the right people to run his like business and keep him out of bullshit and put him in the right rooms and the right looks, that nigga could be up there like in like a year or two if he stayed, because he's that character, bro, right there is like, that's some shit people would dress up like a CB4 movie. Like, that's some shit people could dress up as.
He got a bunch of people. Yeah, he got a bunch of people that emulate him. He just got to figure out what he do good.
Yeah.
You know, once you figure that out, you know what I'm saying, then his true star could like shine. Right now it's just because everybody immediately they just go right to rap and they not necessarily good at rap yet. So it's like, you know what I mean, that ain't necessarily the go-to, but it's so many other things, like all the stuff y'all doing. To me, it's so many other things that you could be good at, and then like your star could really shine, because I think that's his brand is A1. Like, it's people, I see people, first day he got out, I see people like emulating him and doing certain things that he do or talking how he talk. Like, he has branded himself in a way that I haven't seen somebody brand themselves in a while.
Right. Everybody knows the 5-5 crib.
Exactly.
And doing a 5 on the hand and all that.
But me, and they, that's tough.
Yeah, he did some definitely some epic branding, and to even see like when he got out of jail, just all the blog posts that was people that was posting and shit, and I'm just like, damn, they didn't do that for like, you know, for like a 4 extras and all the other niggas. You would think it's equal, but nah.
Sure, he a different brand. He's a completely different brand. So I think if he figure out his talent or what he's going to be skilled at, if they could figure that out, you know what I mean, it'll be over. You know, but right now it's just like it's all branding and personality, and it ain't quite, you can't see what make him fantastic over and over again.
And they haven't fully figured out how to monetize it yet. How to monetize what he offers. Yeah. Once they figure out how to monetize it, it's over with. Like, not doing no $25 IG post and shit like that. I'm talking about like really put this nigga in movies and branding,
or
like
make a reality show. Like, some they just got to figure out where you gonna really be able to, because he is a dynamic personality. You know what I mean? I think everybody see the initial, but even when you get into it and listen to him talk, he could come across like he don't pay attention to nothing. But when you listen to him talk, he's a lot more aware than people give him credit for.
Low key, he has branding potential minus rapping skills of a Game. How Game take away the rapping, like
hell yeah. Game is probably amongst the most 3 famous Don Moves probably of all time. Game is really
might be number 1
popular. Yeah, it's Wayne.
Oh, Wayne, for sure. But if we talk about, you know what I'm talking. Whoa, shit. Well, that could be another conversation too.
Yeah, exactly. You talk about dudes from the land, but Wayne is like Wayne is by far the most popular Don Move ever. Like, that motherfucker is popular. And people really Don Move themselves after Wayne. So, you know what I mean? But I think Game is probably number 2. I don't think it's a Don Move more famous than Game. Game is really, really popular.
Yeah, they probably the 2 big. I don't even think it's a third. Is there even somebody close to a third position with them 2 niggas? Nah.
I don't think Chris kind of transitioned his brand quite yet. I think the people that know, but I don't think it's like popular for him.
But they don't look at him like a gang member though. Like, they look at Gang like a gang member.
Yeah. And Wayne too, which is crazy, because Wayne, we got a lot of years of Wayne before he was a Damu, and then, like, you know what I mean, he was able to brand it real fast, which I say it all the time. I think part of that million selling the first week is this. I think our shit is part of why he was able to sell 1 million in the first week. Like, I think that shit gave him a different level of street urban culture where people was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? They really, really, you know what I mean? They took to it. They bought it from you.
That's a fact. That nigga definitely made the shit popular. It was not that many Bloods out, at least like publicly, if they was existed. No. But after that nigga became a Blood,
it was over.
He rose them niggas from the grave.
Him and Game made it really, really cool.
They was both going at the same time, going crazy.
Yeah.
It was to the point where niggas was like, damn, I forgot about the Crips, cuz, in the entertainment world.
I remember. That's why we made Eastside. I remember playing Eastside for Wayne and Bird. I told you when I went to Miami and I played it for them. You could tell they never been banged, though. We was like, we gotta make a song. These niggas going crazy out here. This is way
crazy.
They running everything.
They going crazy. This the World Star days. Menace is running everything. He the biggest bully in LA on the
exactly.
40 Glock was a Crip, but 40 Glock got marked out by game. And Chris was looking bad for a minute. We was like, oh, what's happening, man?
Well, yeah, that shit was crazy. Nah, but it gotta be Wayne, him, and then it's probably gonna be maybe a Mac or a Quick or something like that. Mac 10 or Quick or something, because they pretty popular too. But they not where they at. Them dudes is shit. It's
Tupac?
Soccer moms that know.
Would they look at Tupac like the Damu?
They should, but they don't.
You don't think the world looks at Tupac
he
as
never
a Damu?
really. Nah, like I give him way more credit as a Damu. I don't think most people see, because I think most people fight it. Even though to me he was obviously starting to bang the mob, like he was obviously. All right, think about it. So Wayne and Tupac from the same neighborhood.
So here's a question then: how is it that people affiliate him as a LA nigga but not as a Damu nigga? They both start at the same time.
Songs, man, to live and die in LA.
Because of the songs, they say he a LA nigga.
Yeah, that's the only reason. You know what I mean? He was signed to Death Row when everybody considered that, obviously, LA Compton label and all of that. But like that song, man, to live and die in LA is like, while it's not the biggest single, it's not California Love as far as like how successful as a single, but man, it's a lot. Anthem. It's like it's a signature song for him. Yeah.
It's an LA anthem for sure. It represents him.
And I think everybody that listens to Tupac probably come across that song.
That's crazy. It's really a crazy question because I mean, like, the music is what separates that conversation because they both started at the same time. He started repping LA the same time he started repping the mob. Like, and it's like nobody perceives him as a Damu as much as they perceive him as an LA nigga. Man,
which is really, really crazy because to me he was always representing the Bay Area. He was always representing the Bay Area, and we I think in real time we kind of knew. Like he came and got with Death Row and was like, all right, I'm with y'all, so whatever we doing. And I guess we never tripped because it's like, that's like E40 or Too Short. Like we'd be happy if one of them wanted to come down and represent. It's like, we don't see the Bay Area like differently like everybody else. Like it's like, oh yeah, Short at 40 is our favorite rappers like Snoop and Cube.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but man, I remember when I put out the Tupac McBride song and people was like, man, so you really thought Pac was a blood? I'm like, well, he was banging the mob. Like, yeah, of course he was a Damu. Like, what do you mean? And people just never, like, people fought and argued. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
But I think because they see him as a Black Panther, they feel like those ideas are conflicting. So if you really feel like you embrace Tupac or he represents something for you, then you don't want to say, oh, he represented them too.
I think personally, the difference is they didn't see it long enough like they saw with Wayne. They was both repping the same hood, mob.
Yeah.
They both rep mob, but Lil Wayne, you got to see him with the red bandanas for a time. You got to see him work with other Bloods for a time.
I really thought you would have seen Pac like that if he would have really got a chance to live. And I would have, people probably would have lost it.
He for sure was on pace to do like that, to go that lane. He was on pace to go that lane and be like one of them super Damu ass niggas. He was on pace to
go crazy.
For sure.
He was already squabbling shit in the name of it and tripping and going on.
Like,
he was going.
For him to even embrace that beef and not be from here and embrace the beef with the set and them, like, that's crazy.
We was just talking about it yesterday, though, because it was like, imagine some dudes come bail you out. You can't get out of jail. I don't care. Like, we always look at Pac like this hella famous, successful person. Man, they wouldn't even come get him out of jail. Like, they wouldn't even get nobody to position him to get out of jail. Nobody, not even Interscope, not nobody. And here comes Suge. Suge lets you write your own deal, right? Because he, if you Google it, he handwritten his own Death Row contract. They like, cool. Soon as you get out, right, they bust you down with $1 million, right? They let you go shopping. They got a studio book for you. You getting all the best beats. Everybody else, like, oh, let me take from you know, Dog Pound, Dre, Snoop, all them taking the best shit like here, and they just, you know what I mean? You got all the weed, your homies is coming in.
Right.
Feel me? You getting 100,000 a month. Feel me? In the studio time, like you going crazy. Like what? Yeah, I'm tripping over all of these. You know, I'm finna go crazy over this.
Yeah.
Every day he with Trey, every day he with Neckbone, he just chilling and they just showing him love. Like, you know how we'd do it, man. We'll just show you love. And it's like, man, I'm finna destroy somebody over these dudes.
Oh God. You know the homies, they'll start like, man, that nigga from the set, man. He from the set.
Yeah, you know how they go. They'll start just
he from the set,
somebody
nigga.
from another hood and shot like my homie Baby Pet Dog, like that first cousin, man. You couldn't tell us he wasn't from the 7. Like you couldn't tell him that wasn't, you know what I mean? That ain't my homeboy. So
right.
Like I know how he felt. That's why I say it. And then it was a year of it. Remember, this is in October '95, and we talking about September. I've been with these dudes for a year, pressing the line, getting rich. They got my back to the fullest. Whatever I'm on, they on. Oh yeah, I'm going all out.
Going all out.
I don't care what I got to squabble. What y'all want to do?
All out though, and I'm kicking it off. I'm leading
whatever.
I'm leading the pack, nigga.
Let me show y'all how this done. Let me show you how. I'm already a trooper, but y'all looking out.
See, look, bro. See, listen.
I'm having it my way.
I'm glad.
I'm going out.
I'm glad I can have this conversation with you about this shit, because you get it. Yeah, I be AD and T-Rail, they try to make the world think he's an LA nigga and this and that. I'll be like, bro, he's not. I'm not saying no shade to him.
Yeah.
But this is truth. This is the real. He's not. He's not from here. You know what I mean?
Remember, T-Rail and them still a little younger, so they really didn't see. They don't know nothing but Death Row Tupac. They don't know like the Tupac I saw when he first was coming out with Digital. Man, I got to hear him on the same song when he was really with Digital Underground. So I remember how much pride the Bay had in him and how much pride he had in the Bay. So, you know, we got to see his whole transition to a lot. Somebody like ADH, all they know is Death Row Tupac. They don't even know other Tupac.
They don't know they don't know Tupac when he was dancing in Speedos, dancing background for Digital Underground. Like, they don't know that Tupac.
For Digital Underground, trying to get on. And in a movie with Dan Aykroyd. And he with Digital Underground, he was Shock G and all them. And I'll never forget he debuted on Same Song. I seen it when it first happened. I was like,
all around the world, the same song.
Yeah, his verse was hard.
Yeah, that shit was hard.
Like, so they didn't see that. They just, all they remember is living down in LA.
All eyes on me. That's when they chime in.
What's up?
Oh no, he a LA nigga. Like, bro, I'm not disrespecting, but he wasn't from here, bro. It's not a diss. He wasn't from here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, all right, G. That's all I wanted to know, man. I said, let me call G, because they was asking. I'm like, dog, that's a good question. I never even thought about who's the second biggest Crip in the world after Snoop.
My bet is NH. Yeah, my bet is NH.
Yeah, Nipsey also. All right, for sure. All right, G.
My dog.
All right.